Hey foodies, welcome back. Well, I know y'all think that I forget about Father's Day. Absolutely not. I'm going to share with you this amazing Father's Day feast fit for a king. Let's get started. So we'll start with the sides. Today I'll be making some coleslaw. So in this bowl I have some mayonnaise, ranch dressing, a little bit of salt, sugar, and some vinegar. Mix that well to combine, and this will be used as the dressing for our coleslaw. Now in this bowl I have some green cabbage, carrots, and some purple cabbage. We will add the dressing to that, mix it well to combine, and that's basically it. It's super simple. You can adjust and add whatever you like to your coleslaw. It doesn't have to be the ingredients that I used. Once we're done, place it in the fridge and set aside. Now here we will be making some pasta salad. This will go by super fast because I actually have a detailed recipe, which I will leave the link to that in my description box for those who want a slowed up version. But yeah, you can check that out, and we will just add these ingredients, mix well to combine, and that's basically it. Quick, easy, and simple. We will cover this and place it into the refrigerator, and then we will proceed to the next step. Now let's make some baked beans. Here I will add some ground beef to a pot, and we will mix that well. Allow it to brown up a bit before we come in with our aromatics. So we will add some onions, bell peppers, garlic, and a little bit of seasoning for flavor and taste. Like I said, I will leave all the ingredients and measurements that I used in the description box for those that are interested in this recipe. Once everything is mixed well to combine, allow it to saute a bit, and then we will come in with a can of baked beans. Once that is added, we will follow that up with some ketchup, mustard, and barbecue sauce. Mix that well, and that's basically it. I like to mix in all the ingredients first and taste it, and then I go in with the sugar to know how much sugar I need here, because I don't like mine super sweet. So once I taste it, I just needed a little bit of sugar. I added it, mix well to combine, and this is an oven safe pot, so I'll place the entire pot in a 400-degree oven for about 20 to 30 minutes or so. After about 30 minutes, this is the baked beans. It is all done. Now we can cover this up and set it aside. Now let's make some sweet cornbread. Here I have some cornmeal, salt, baking powder, flour. I'll be using some buttermilk, eggs, sugar, oil, butter, and some vanilla. So you want to mix your dry ingredients well to combine. And if you want a savory cornbread, you can omit the sugar. I will start combining my eggs and the vanilla. Yes, I do add vanilla to my cornbread because I like to get rid of that eggy smell, and the vanilla helps with that. Then we were going to add our milk or butter or oil. Mix that well to combine. We'll also add our sugar because that's considered a wet ingredient. Once all is combined, you will add the wet ingredients to the dry ingredients. Mix that in, and that's basically it. Super simple and easy, guys. Here I greased the baking dish. We're going to add that mixture, and we're going to place this in a 375-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. Don't overcook your cornbread. That's a main reason it becomes dry. You don't want to overcook this. Once it's done, you want to go over the top with butter and honey. And yeah, we can set this to the side, and let's move on to the next step. Next, let's prepare some barbecue ribs. So here I have baby back ribs, which I already went ahead and washed and pat dry. I removed the membrane from the back of the ribs. And here are my seasonings. I will leave all of the seasonings and the measurements that I'm using in the description. I don't want to just mention everything right now. It will take so long, and we don't want a super long video. So I'm going to go in with some mustard just as a binder, and this will help the seasonings to stick. It will also give the ribs a nice tangy flavor as well. So once that is added, we will add a light coating of the seasoning. Don't add too much at the back because this is just bones at the back here, but I still like to season it. We're going to flip the ribs, add some more mustard. Make sure you wash that gloves. You don't want to hold on to your mustard bottle once you already touch the meat. So you're going to wash your gloves and then you're going to carry on. Just add the mustard and then we're going to add the seasoning. Once you add the seasoning, you're going to go ahead and just pat the seasoning in. You don't want to rub it because then you'll be rubbing off, everything off the ribs. You just want to pat it in. Once you are done, you will place this in whatever you want to store it in. I like to go ahead and put it into my foil and everything, just prepping it for the oven. Once we put it in the foil and on a wire rack or a baking sheet, you want to go ahead and just let this sit for about 2 hours. You can place it in the fridge and let it sit for about 2 hours before you place it into a 375-degree oven for about an hour and a half. After an hour and a half, this is how the ribs are looking. We are going to go ahead and baste it with some barbecue sauce. Once you baste it, you will place it back into the oven for about 10 minutes or so. And then we are going to baste it for a second time. Just 2 coatings of the barbecue sauce. And that's basically it. Quick, easy, and simple. And these ribs are absolutely amazing. Trust me. They're going to be your go-to from now on. So you're going to baste it basically twice, 10 minutes at a time. So like you're going to cook it for an additional 20 minutes, but you want to leave it uncovered, right? You don't want to cover it because you want that sauce to actually set on the ribs. So you're going to place it in, allow it to go for an additional 20 minutes. And that's it, guys. Once it was done, this is how they came out looking. Amazing. And let me tell you, they were chef's kiss. Now let's prepare some wings. Here I have some whole wings already washed and pat dry, and I have my seasonings here I'll be using. I'm going to combine them well so they can be evenly distributed. Then you're going to add them to the wings, and then I will come in with some fresh green seasoning. We will mix that well to combine, cover it, and allow it to sit and marinate for about 2 hours. Now if you have time and you can prep ahead and do this overnight, that would be best. So yeah, we're gonna add, this is when I was adding a pinch of honey, just for balance, because all the savory seasonings, you need a little bit of sweetness in there for balance. So I added a bit of honey. You could also add sugar as well. And like I said, cover it and let it sit for about 2 hours to marinate. After 2 hours, place it in a baking dish and then place it into a 375-degree oven for about an hour and 20 minutes or so. After about an hour and 20 minutes, this is how they came out looking. Absolutely divine. These are meant to eat just as they are, but you could actually add a sauce to them and they are amazing as well. Like my husband likes his with sauce, but I like to eat mine just as they are. So these are the sauces that, just a suggestion that you can use. You could even do barbecue if you like. And yeah. Now we're going to prepare some fried shrimp. So to the shrimp, I'm adding an egg and then in with some seasoning, mix that well and set aside. So at this point, I was just over making everything from scratch. So I decided to shortcut it. I used this fish fry along with a little bit of cornstarch. So we're going to mix that well to combine and we're going to coat the shrimp in that. Coat it well, and yeah, we're gonna begin to fry them up. So here I've been preheating some oil. You want to fry these on high heat because they fry super quick. And you just fry them, flip them over if you need to, and once they're done, remove them from the skillet, and you just carry on with the same process until you're all done. Quick, easy, and simple. And here you have it, my idea of the perfect Father's Day feast. Trust me, no guy out there will say they didn't enjoy this. It is so delicious and I can't wait for you guys to try the recipe. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it, and leave a comment down below. I will leave all my ingredients and measurements in the description or the caption, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Thank you for watching and enjoy.